screencast is going to be an introduction to Google Slides specifically for the church display. When John shares this presentation with you and you pull it up, you'll see some slides that he has already created. And if you need to add something for your part of the parish activity, here's how you would do it. There's many ways to insert a slide. My favorite way is up here in this left-hand corner, we have this big plus sign. If you just click that, it's going to try to figure out what kind of slide you might want. But if you want control over that, which I suggest, please click this tiny arrow next to that plus sign, and you'll get to choose which slide layout would make sense with the type of announcement you're going to make. I'm going to choose this title and body as our example here, where I could add a title and then text below to make an announcement. So I'm going to do PSR News. Slides works just like any other program. You can come up here and control your font type, font size. This is going to be on a big screen, so you're going to want it nice and large. And then, you've got all your formatting things up here, just as in any other program. Just look along this toolbar and then in these three dots for any of your common formatting needs. And bold and italics and all that stuff is here. Your bullets are here if you need to add your sample news, upcoming events, whatever you're going to type. If there is a font that you like that you don't see in this list, you can always click more fonts, and Google has a big list for you to choose from. Just remember that this is going to be on a big TV, so you're going to want some nice font that people can read easily. If you want to change the background color, you need to have no text selected, and then you'll get this menu and you can change your background color to whatever works for you. Let's add another slide and look at how to add an image. So for this, I'm just going to choose a blank slide and completely craft it to how I would want. This image icon is my favorite way to add an image, but all of this stuff is also under Insert as well. One thing great about Google Slides is you can add images many ways. Whoops, did not mean to click that. You can upload it from your computer if you already have it, but this is my favorite feature, search the web. Because inside the search, they're returning images that are free to use, that you don't have to worry about copyright issues. So let's just search for a cross, and you can scroll through all of these and see which one would fit your need. Select what you want by clicking it. Down here, you get this blue insert button, and it's going to add that image to your slide. You can resize it, obviously, by the corner as necessary, as same in any other program. If you want to add some text, you can add a text box. I did that by clicking right here. And I will add some sample text here. Change the color so we can actually see it. And let's make it a little bit bigger just for this sample. And let's spell sample correctly. Something else I wanted to show you is that's unique to Google and I think is pretty great. When down here in the lower right-hand corner, when this is yellow, click it because it is giving you some formatting options that Google does on its own to make your slide look more professional and polished. And it won't light up yellow the more things you add to your slide because it can't manage it all. But if you have just a text box and a few pictures, you can choose from these examples to really make your slides look great. And then you still get control over it. So the text doesn't quite work here, so I'm going to drag it down to kind of move it out of the way, and I may even make it longer so it all fits in the same line and that kind of stuff. But it's the whole point is it makes it more polished. Let's go back to our first slide, and you can see I already lost the ability to use the Explore button because I've added too much to the slide. But when it does light up, take advantage of it and use it. Let's add one more slide. And the last thing I want to show you, actually, I'm going to do a blank slide, which is insert word art. Now, word art automatically will not allow you to use the Explore button, so keep that in mind. But with word art, there's a few handy things with it. You type in the small box what you want it to say, and it comes in nice and big, and you can change the font just like other things. You can make it bold. You can use the paint bucket here to change the color. But what's nice about word art is you can size it by the corner, and it gets as big. Whoops, sorry. It gets as big as you need it to fit your screen. So that's good about word art. But once again, with word art, that Explore button will never work. So that's just something to keep in mind. Last thing I want to show you is how to delete a slide once that week's over, or you don't need it, or you just completely messed it up, or whatever. On the left here, if you click this slide and it's highlighted blue and just hit the delete or backspace key on your keyboard, it will get rid of that slide. So I'm going to go through and delete all of our work today so it's not projected the next time this is used for projection in the church. If you have any questions, I'm Colleen Pegler in the school tech office, and I'd be happy to help.